So here we go. This morning we ended the Civil War and specifically Lincoln plan together, which we said this morning was the 10% plan. 10% of voters in the state had to give a loyal. And they would never fight against the American. Again, the idea is if uh, that can be admitted. You might say, why would these states want to come back? Like, what's the incentive is if the state is readmitted, that state can have political power. Then it can represent to Congress. If they don't do this, that means they're in this weird, like, not state position for how many voters in Congress. They want to be readmitted, and that this is enough. This is pretty lenient. However, it's not really going to be followed. Well, the what the Reconstruction is going to be between the old Southern planters, we're going to call the these are old planters, old girls, one we're again, one's going to be first radical Republican. Want white. Whereas the radical Republicans want two things. They want to help treatment. And they want to for what centers. Radical Republicans want help for treatment, and they want after Lincoln is dead, Congress, which controlled most of radical Republicans, has been a long time debating where new policy should be and what needs to be done. And while they are debating, the new president after Lincoln is going to do whatever he wants. He's that new president. The president, the world, embrace this. Mr. Johnson. After I had an answer. We should know last representative, right? Okay. So Johnson is the president, and he is from Tennessee, right? He's the son, but he did not succeed. And his plan is like, we're not going to forgive these white Southerners left away from them. But remember, he's forgiving the emergent. And he's going to try to stop the reform that's out of Republican. radical Republicans passed a law called the Freedom Zero, which gave money for people to go down the South maybe read, maybe health care, other services, what do the radical Republicans do to that? Override. Like the veto and overriding process. It wouldn't spell stop cause like tried to give citizenship rights. He tried to get rid and the radical Republicans are like, okay, any president who does this could get a law passed that gets rid of these citizenship rights. So how can we give citizenship rights to African Americans to that makes sure like it doesn't go very hard amendment to the Constitution, amendment to this 14th. So citizenship, and if overturns previous court says that slave piece of property and previous state. So that's what is happening in the North. In the South, the Redeemers are trying to take power first in like social work. One of the ways to do that is by creating and these are state laws that are going to restrict the right. Both of these are to create a system of slavery, slavery, but there be rules like uh, plantations are not allowed to so restrict freedom, restrict rights. Republicans. Um, Redeemers are fighting a lot of court, even though the president initially did not. The president used Redeemer power again, and ultimately there's a showdown with President impeachment. Remember the reality law that he broke. Really, the radicals impeach him because he's getting the way. Are they successful? They're not successful, but he recognizes he's president. He's in anyway. I know Well, it's with Johnson finally creates a plan for the Reconstruction Act, where they have to do things like the 14th Amendment. And the Army is going to, and the Army will occupy these lands to ensure that laws are not being broken, right? Not being taken away. So you pay the 14th Amendment and states this, right? Mad. Now, these over time, more and more is going to the receiver. I think there's a few different. Let's look at economically. Economically, um, redeemers will regain their, right. So most free people end up working in the same plantation. They were forced to be out in slavery, and they receive little pay. Often they end up in they leave. So it's basically created another slavery of slavery. We also see uh, political restrictions, voting, for example, requires you to own land or pay money in order to vote. Literacy tests, education, or um, uh, take a test designed to make you fit. Uh, Remember, literacy tests are very difficult when schools would not enroll black students in there. Also, many of these families are sharecropping families, and when first time in the fall when you don't go to school, that's now, have more and more of these voting systems are Republicans try to protect voting for the 15th Amendment. So basically, you can't deny someone voting based on people. However, these voting get passed. They thought, you know, you're not allowed to vote because it's not because you're basically don't own any property. Well, we know because of slavery and not creating wealth, but not being allowing people to buy property. Well, that makes it almost impossible for a person to do that in each. Result is it's targeting people of color, but because the law specifically doesn't say that it's targeting color, and unfortunately, these would be around until we talked about them in the 1960s. But after is the end of Reconstruction, the Redeemers have regained power. Um, they African American freedmen out of politics. There was a few years in there where African Americans did have big power, were largely put in place. So that people are putting back together and trying to design state institutions. But by the 1870s, most redeemers had kicked African Americans into politics. We see crime, KKK, and voter suppression and voter intimidation. By this time, the of the South and Reconstruction controversies, accusations that there's election fraud going on. What is the North getting? What is the North getting? Yeah, so who wins? Who's the candidate? Remember Hayes as president, right? All this, the state where there was like questions about the electoral votes. So Hayes, oh, was South get? Really, just actually instructions over. The reviewers being created laws like poll tax and literacy tax and other different laws. Those are going to be around for the next 100 years. So, of course, and all about career. Just on that yesterday. Okay, questions about any of this?